Well, welcome to card crafting. This will be our project for September. We will have grab and go kits for you at the library, so please register on the website and then stop by and pick up all of your goodies. A few tools that you might want to have but are not included in your packet are a corner rounder, which makes the round corners on the cards. That's a personal preference thing, but just kind of fun. A small leaf punch, and I'll show you a card with that later, but it's just kind of a fun accent tool to be able to use. In your packet, you will find 4 cards with envelopes. The envelopes are important because the U.S. Postal Service is very picky about delivering things without envelopes. So make sure that you use your envelopes and send your card off to somebody just for fun. The other thing you will find in your packet are some dots, and they are just little sticky dots that are really easy to use. Sometimes for those little fine things like the little paper flowers that aren't sticky on the back, those are handy to use. They look like this, and you just have to peel them apart, and there's a glue dot in it. Other things I used today were a Sharpie, any color you choose, just to make some branches, a glue pen, which is also very handy for some of those smaller bits, and basic scissors and some double stick tape. Here's one example. The packet you're getting will have both fall and Halloween items in it, so you can mix and match as you see fit. So let's make some cards. First one I have part of it put together. I just had a simple orange background and a leftover strip of paper from chopping up other things. But I'm going to add to it a little bit of a saying. This one says bugs and kisses, so make sure you send that to somebody who would appreciate bugs and kisses. I just put some tape on the back. You just guesstimate how much double stick tape you want and put it on the card so it goes. This is purely personal preference. I just put it on and then push it down so it sticks on there. And because it has a spider in it, I thought it might be fun to add one of our little spider stickers. This particular one has a gem for belly, so I just added my little spider on there. But with that gem, when you stick it in an envelope, you might want to put another piece of paper over it just to protect it a little bit so it doesn't get mangled in the mail machine. But that's a quick, easy way. And you will find in your packet several message tags that are already stamped. Some are Thanksgiving and some are Halloween related. So you have some choices of how you put that together. The next one I have is just a very basic. If you haven't come to card class, this is kind of how we start. You get a blank card, you pick some accent paper, and then you would stamp an image either on a tag or just on a blank piece of paper. When I put the accent paper on, I like to outline it with the double stick tape. It doesn't have to be exact, it just has to be enough to hold the paper to your card. You could do the same thing with the glue pens, but the double stick tape makes it just really simple until you stick it all to yourself, and yeah, it's a different adventure. So I just take that, roughly center it on, and stick it on so it's secure to the card. Then you can embellish it any way you want to. Perhaps you want to put on some decorative washi tape. This comes for every season, color, flavor, whatever you want. Very easy way to put an accent on your card. So this one, I usually run it across the bottom, but once again, the placement is up to you. It is paper tape, so at the end, all you have to do is tear it, and I wrap it around the back side just to secure it a little bit further. And then to add to that, I have a nice, this nice stamped image. Put on there. Once again, it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be enough tape that is going to hold your image to the card. And if you find it coming up, you can usually peel back a little bit of an edge and add some more tape or glue to it. So I'm just going to put that there, smooth it down a little bit. Now, something I might go back and do is pull out my colored pencils or some markers and fill in. Maybe I want that pumpkin to be orange and some of the grapes or berries down here to be a purple or something like that. It just adds a little bit of pop to your card, but very easy and generally things that we all have at home. So that one's kind of fun too. The last card I made, I just put, I took a Sharpie and I just put some lines on there to look like branches. Once again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You could do it with markers or colored pencils or watercolor, whatever it is that tickles your fancy. And then I took that little punch I showed you with the leaves on it before. I put sticky dots on the back of my little leaf, and then I just stuck them on to make it look like the tree branch still had some leaves to it. This is one you could add to. You could always put a message down here if you had a stamp that you wanted to add to it. I've done the same thing with spring flowers on a branch. You could do snowflakes, birds, whatever tickled your fancy. And there are lots and lots of stickers. So you would have options. Anyway, that is one example, and here's a more finished card that goes like that. So that's what the finished product looks like. But I've had a lot of fun with that one for all kinds of different seasons, just to easy place to put a simple message down at the bottom. So I want to thank you so much for joining us for card crafting, and I hope you'll join us each month. You can go ahead and register online at the website. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the library and we'll get you directed to the right place. But we're happy to be able to at least do cards in some manner this year because we've really been missing having people in the building to do projects. And then here are a few other examples of cards that you might be able to put together. Thank you.